Welcome back, everybody, to Traversing Life with TK. Today, I want to talk a little bit about spiritual exhaustion. Now, I know what you're saying. You're like, what is spiritual exhaustion? It's where you might be doing all your spiritual practices. You're living how you feel you need to be living. You're flowing with spirit, and you're doing all the things that you think that you need to be doing. But you're doing more. You're doing so much, and you're not giving yourself a chance to relax. You're not giving yourself a chance to rest, reset, recharge. You just keep going and going and going. Now, that is good if you have the momentum and the energy behind it. But you always need that rest. You always need that chance to recharge, to reflect. The dark cannot operate without the light. The light cannot operate without the dark. So you can't just keep going full throttle without also stopping and resting and maybe taking a step back in order to observe and see what's going on. Spiritual exhaustion comes when you are pushing yourself so hard that you're not even realizing that you might not even have the reserves to do the things that you're trying to do. And now you're having to pull the energy from so many different places that it's not as pure, it's not as concentrated, it's not as potent, it's not as effective because you're tired. With anything, when you start to get tired and exhausted, your results start to fall. Your results start to change. They start to become convoluted. They start to get sloppy. They start to become inaccurate. That's when you start perceiving things that may not be true. It may not be what's part of your current reality. What's happening is you're seeing other options because you're so tired, you're so exhausted that you're looking for something fresh. You're looking for something new. You're looking to recharge. You're looking to rest, really. Like you still want to do the things that you've been doing. But now you're trying to find other sources to power that. And all you need is yourself. All you have to do is go within and see what's really going on inside of you. See what you really need to do. Spiritual exhaustion is no joke. You see a lot of people get burnt out. You see a lot of people who started out doing everything right, started out doing all the things that they knew they were supposed to be doing, and actually making big changes in the reality around them. Making big changes for other people's realities. But they didn't give themselves a chance to rest. They didn't give themselves a chance to recharge. They didn't give themselves a chance to recalibrate to the new energy. Because that's one thing that you got to understand, especially when you're out here doing any type of spiritual work. When you are going and going and going and going, and you're moving forward, and you're seeing what's next and this and that, you also have to understand that energy is constantly changing. It's constantly metamorphosizing. It's constantly evolving. And you have to constantly be reattuning. You have to constantly be readjusting. You have to constantly be in the flow. In order to do that, you have to take time to realign. You got to take time to retune yourself. You got to take time to recalibrate yourself, readjust, refresh. Take out some of the old, grab some of the new. Move forward. Understand concepts differently. Grow, expand, learn. Don't think that wherever you are right now, that you are the epitome of whatever you have going on. There's so much more knowledge. There's so much more information. There's so much more in whatever you are doing. But you'll never know if you don't take a chance to rest and recharge. You're going to be sitting there looking like a zombie. You're going to be sitting there so tired that you can't even move. Really take the time to give yourself adequate energy. Give yourself adequate space. Give yourself the adequate amount of time. Give yourself just the adequate tools to do whatever you're going to do. Whatever you need, you have to give yourself the chance to do it. You can't do that if you're constantly on the move. When you gonna have time to check your mail? When you have time to sit back and just relax and enjoy the view? Yes, you're working, you're striving, and you're getting all this stuff done. But are you getting it done in the most efficient way for you? Are you getting it done in a way that's actually going to benefit you and not completely drain you? So where now you have nothing left to move forward with. Don't exhaust yourself like that. Take time to rest. Take time to recharge. Take time to go within. When you're going forward and you're going outside of yourself and you're making all these moves constantly all the time, you don't get a chance to enjoy what you did. You don't get a chance to enjoy the work that you put in. Everything you do, you should still enjoy it. Have fun with it. Let it enhance your life. Don't let it take away from your life. You're doing all this stuff to try to achieve this goal, try to achieve this vision that you have for your future. But you might be missing the beauty of the world that's around you right in this moment. Don't exhaust yourself. Don't burn yourself out. Keep that flame going. Add some more fuel. You gotta go back to the store. You gotta go back to the woods. You gotta chop some more wood. You gotta feed it. You gotta feed that fire. Otherwise it's gonna go out. You gotta give it some fuel. But only you can do that. Give yourself a chance to rest. Give yourself a chance to actually come at it with the full you. Everything you do, you should be putting in your full effort. How you gonna put in your full effort if you're tired and exhausted? You're never gonna be able to put in your full effort when you're tired and exhausted. You're gonna be half-assing the situation all the time. So, really and truly, take that time to rest and recharge. When you're doing anything, and this isn't just in spiritual work, but it really applies to spirituality, because you can't do any of that without the proper energy. And the energy is going to be all messed up if you're tired and exhausted. If you haven't given yourself the chance to rest, recharge, refresh, cleanse. You have to give yourself these opportunities so that you can move forward. It's in that resting, it's in that stillness that you learn even more. You perfect your craft even more. So don't be afraid to take a break. Don't be afraid to refresh yourself. And taking a break doesn't mean that you have to stop everything. It just means slow it down to the point where you're able to recharge. You're getting more, you're putting more back into yourself than what you're giving. So that you can now come to another equilibrium. You can come to a balance of what you're doing. Because constantly on the go, move, move, move. Let's do this, let's do that. You're just burning yourself out. You're putting out all that energy and not putting nothing back in. And eventually, what are you going to put out if you never didn't put anything back in? Nothing, because nothing's there. Give yourself that chance to rest. I'm for real. Take that time. Take that time for yourself. It's not being selfish. If you truly caring about, let's say you're doing some energy work for people or whatever you're doing out there spiritually, that spiritual work that you're putting in, you're really doing a disservice by not coming at it with your full energy, by not coming at it at what you might want to call your best. You have to put something in order to put out. You have to work on self within in order to work on the stuff that's outside of yourself. So take that time. Take a break. I'm for real. Take a break. A real break for yourself. To refresh yourself. It's hard going out here and moving and keep going forward all the time. Learn from this time. Enjoy that break. It's going to allow you to reflect. It's going to allow you to see. Because in that stillness, not everything's waves. We always go back to, I always go back to talking about the water. In that stillness, you can see that reflection. That you can see what's going on more clearer. Without it being all wavy and distorted. Give yourself that chance to enjoy that stillness. To sit in it. To experience it. To let it envelop you. So that you envelop it. These are things it's not gonna hinder you. It's gonna help you grow. You think taking a break is gonna make the momentum stop? That break might be exactly what you needed. Because if you really got that momentum going, things are still pushing forward, even while you're taking a break. Now that you rest and recharge, as that momentum is going, and it might slow down just a little bit, guess what? Now you're back. You're back, baby. You refreshed. You're ready to go. Now you can put in even more effort to push it even faster. To get that momentum going even stronger. To get it self-perpetuating. So don't take taking a break or resting as weakness. It's a strength. As long as you use it correctly. And that's with anything. If you use those breaks, those rests, those recharge moments in the way to help you, you have no choice but to succeed. So give yourself a break. Why are you pushing yourself so hard that you don't even know where you're going anymore? Take some time to rest. Trust me. It's going to change your whole viewpoint on everything. It's going to refresh your viewpoint. You're looking at something the old way. Now you see it with fresh eyes. Now you see new details. You see more ways that you can perpetuate whatever you got going on. So take that rest. Take that break. You deserve it. Trust me, it's going to help you out. As always, it's your boy TK.